Well, good day everybody. I am out and about with Zulu, who is a 6-year-old standardbred here for a bit of training. Riding training is the goal, but there's lots of things to do before that to sort of establish a bit of a relationship so that we're not kind of going into it without some kind of, well, I guess you could say framework or groundwork, or, you know, an understanding of each other's behaviors, what we might do, how we might react, what we might think, all those kinds of things. We'll both get a better idea of these things. And one of the ways that I like to do it is to go for a walk. Not just any walk, but something that might get them a little bit worried. And in this case, we're out and about in our forest. And being in the forest, I don't know how she's going to react. This is her first time. So I thought I'd drag you guys along a little bit for it to see how she manages staying away from friends, walking around on ground that isn't familiar, in places where you can't see anything in here. It is a rainforest, which means that it's full of green shrubbery, big huge trees, maples, cedars, and hemlocks, and all kinds of good stuff here. You can see I'm kind of making a bunch of right-hand turns every time she kind of gets a little bit ahead of me, and I've designed these trails for this one of these purposes. Every time she sort of kind of creeps up on me and stuff, I just hang a right, and we can do that all over the place here. And it has her. I'm not pulling on her. I'm not trying to hold this lead rope in a really tight position, but I leave and I've got a hold of her, which means that she kind of has to come with me. So now we're just going to go down this connector that goes across the property, and you guys being on the other side of the screen and not here might feel like you're getting a little lost, but there isn't that much space. We just happen to have a lot of itty-bitty trails going. So there she's leaving me, so I'm going to go turn around, and now she's way behind me. And I much prefer to walk a horse with some distance, because then, there, look at her creep over the wrong side of me. So I'm just going to come around again. And this time I'm going to kind of go a little bit closer to the edge, and then wait. So we might just break things up. But anyways, taking your horse for a walk, I believe, is a fantastic way to sort of connect a little, do a bit of groundwork, get an understanding of what leading is for the both of us, because I want distance. I don't want my horse up beside me. I don't want them ahead of me, definitely not ahead of me, because if anything were to happen beside us, like some squirrel or some bird jumping out of the bushes or something like that, she'll just jump right into me. Guaranteed she'll consider that the squirrel or the bird is much more dangerous than I will ever be. Probably because she'd think that I should be running too. At least that's my opinion of how I think horses work. They're wondering why on earth we're not running with them when they go to run away. So we're going to keep wandering around. I've made some brand new trails in here that I'm walking on that will one day get graveled, but for now, since it's summertime, I can just have it as dirt, and that's just fine because it's very, very dry right now. Now she's kind of come on my right hand side, so I'm going to kind of sneak over to the right a little bit on the edge of the trail, and she'll have to go to my left a little bit more. I don't necessarily want a horse behind me either, but I have yet to see a horse sort of bounce up behind me and sort of run me over. Not that I don't think it could happen, but they usually go around. So I'll set myself up to be on the side of a trail, and hopefully she'll take the middle. But if I was paying less attention to the camera and I was more leading with two hands, I might guide her a little bit better. But for now, we are just simply walking and absorbing this brand new environment for her in the middle of the forest where there's all kinds of smells. We've got deer, we've got bear, we've got, well, other horses that come through here. We've got dogs, coyotes, So there's a variety of smells she should be able to smell and get an idea of. And hopefully walking with me, she'll get the idea that it's okay. I better speed up because we're coming back here. Oh, she went behind. Lovely. Yeah, she's way off the side. So we don't want that. But wandering around like this can be hugely beneficial to our relationship. It's sort of unstructured walking. She's way behind me now. And it's good practice for us. And I encourage a lot of people to do this because you can practice listening for where your horse is based on the way the rope feels. You'll kind of also know. And kind of get away from having to be walking like this all the time, wondering where your horse is. So the more you practice this, I promise, the more this will get way easier in figuring out where your horse is around you. And that will give you more confidence. And when you have more confidence, you will, well, you just be a better horse person in the long run, because the horse knows that you're not constantly checking up on where they are. I don't need to micromanage her. When she gets a little close, this rope will kind of lean on the ground a little. I'll feel it. I like that she's slowing down a little bit to smell some stuff, check things out. She's got a very calm attitude about her. Happy for that. So it's good news. What else can I say? It's doing great. Try to pet her. She says, nah, I'm too busy concentrating on everything else. And to boot, we are working on saddle practice. So saddling is a bit of a concern for her. So every activity that I do with her is going to be with a saddle on. Okay, we're gonna keep going. She can have a little sniff, but if I'm walking, then I'm walking. And I always kind of encourage people, if you're walking, really have good intent behind your walking. The more you sort of stall out and, what can you say, sort of allow the delays to happen on the horse's terms, the more you'll have trouble in the future. But you can be soft. You don't have to be really hard about it. You can be kind of like, well, maybe a little bit. But when you do have that full intention to go, I highly encourage you to just start walking. And don't stop trying to walk until the horse goes. Like, pull. It's okay to pull a little bit. Not a lot. We just sort of maintain if they're just going to stand there. But I really do try to have full intention to what I'm doing, so that I sort of teach, like, we're going where I'd like to go. Now, this is a leading exercise. It's not a driving exercise. So it's not like riding. But I am establishing a relationship that I think is good, reasonable, so healthy, I hope. And we're getting a good idea going in all kinds of directions in this forest for her to just chill out and come along for the walk. So, but it's a gorgeous day today. Absolutely beautiful to be able to walk through here. And there's lots of options too. So, you know, when we are kind of wandering around, she can kind of look around and wonder, I wonder if we're going this way, or I wonder if we're going that way. And she'll hopefully be keeping a sharp eye on me. Look at her creep up on me. So I'm gonna hang her right. And now she's way back there because she wasn't paying attention. And you can do this in an arena, but it is way more fun in a forest. It's gorgeous in here. So we're gonna go this way again. And we'll hang right. There's a bridge there. We could actually go across it and into the forest over there, but we're just gonna stay on the pathway for now. There's my new pathway. But one day will be gravel. Not this year. Not enough cashola or time. So hopefully a next year project. You can see we're coming up on home. You can look up ahead and see the covered arena. But we're going to hang one more right. And it's a nice walk. The other thing about being in a forest is it's peaceful, especially if you don't have any trouble. And if you don't have a forest on your property like we do, luckily enough, parks are great. I've done lots of videos of taking horses out to local parks, taking a walk there. The only downside, I guess you could say, but it's also a good training opportunity, is that you're going to come across people with dogs or bicycles or umbrellas. So she got ahead of me there, so I just sort of switched, and now I'll come back this way, and now she's behind me. The other way to do that is to sort of raise my hand up. I could wave my rope a little bit, but she's pretty good. I'd rather do the leave and draw approach, usually, especially if I have a camera in hand. I wonder if she's going to go to the right again. She does a little. Okay, well, we're coming up on home. It's a short walk because it's our first one, but it's one of many that we're going to do, and hopefully some riding in the near future as well. So, exciting times. It's good. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of encouragement as well. Take a walk with your horse, do some groundwork, be a good leader, that kind of thing, and have a good time. Okay, that's it for now. I will see you guys in the next one. There's Roni and Luke, wondering what we're up to. Horses are curious creatures. It's fun to hang around with them. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.